Over 70% of international travelers cancel or reroute their dream South American vacations before booking, driven by a barrage of catastrophic headlines that bear almost zero resemblance to daily reality on the ground. Statistical analyses from major tourism boards consistently reveal that sensationalized media reports act as the single greatest deterrent to cross-border exploration in the Southern Hemisphere. We are conditioned from childhood to view an entire continent of over 400 million people through a single, distorted lens of danger, instability, and endless struggle, absorbing decades of cinematic tropes and political bias. But when you step off a plane in Buenos Aires, Medellin, or Santiago, the shock isn't that the stereotypes are true. It's how completely wrong everything you thought you knew actually is. This is not the wild, lawless jungle of cinematic fiction. It is a continent of hyper-modern glass and steel skylines, cutting-edge public transit networks moving millions daily, thriving digital nomad hubs with lightning-fast fiber optics, and some of the warmest, most resilient communities on Earth. Today we're taking you deep past the lazy travel shows and the sensationalized news reports to unpack the 5 most destructive myths about South America, breaking down the psychological barriers that keep millions trapped in a cycle of fear and misinformation. Let's start with the big one, the inescapable shadow of violence that supposedly lurks around every single corner. We've all seen the Hollywood thrillers and the gripping cable news segments portraying every street in South America as a war zone of cartels, kidnappings, and constant peril. Let's look at the actual data and the lived daily experience, comparing crime statistics across major global capitals. Yes, certain urban centers have high crime rates, just like major cities in the United States, Europe, or anywhere else on the globe, including Chicago, London, and Marseille. But painting a territory spanning 12 distinct countries, countless microclimates, and diverse cultural zones with a single broad brush of lawlessness is not just inaccurate, it is profoundly dishonest. In cities like Montevideo, Uruguay, or Santiago, Chile, violent crime rates are lower than in dozens of major metropolitan areas across North America and Western Europe. Walk down the affluent avenues of Providencia and Santiago at midnight, and you won't find a desperate underworld. You'll find families sipping wine at outdoor cafes, children playing in brightly lit public parks, and a peaceful hum of urban life. Even in Colombia, a nation whose modern history has been unfairly reduced to a permanent caricature of drug wars, cities like Medellin have undergone staggering transformations over the past 3 decades. Cable cars glide effortlessly over once impenetrable neighborhoods, connecting marginalized hillside communities to bustling downtown economic hubs, funded by municipal innovation rather than foreign intervention. The reality of safety in South America isn't about dodging bullets. It's about situational awareness, knowing which neighborhoods to avoid, just as you would in any unfamiliar metropolis. When you shed the paralyzing fear fed to you by cable news, you open yourself up to a region where everyday citizens are fiercely protective of travelers, eager to share directions, and deeply proud of their peaceful local neighborhoods. Yet this obsession with danger is only half the narrative. It's permanently welded to an equally pervasive and deeply insulting myth about widespread poverty and destitution. For decades, Western media has loved to beam back images of crumbling favelas and rural shantytowns, cementing the mental image of South America as a place where modern civilization is barely holding on by a thread. This trope completely erases the massive, thriving middle class that forms the backbone of nations like Brazil, Argentina, Chile, and Colombia, a demographic that now accounts for a significant portion of consumer spending and economic stability. Walk into the upscale districts of Sao Paulo, like Vila Madalena or Itaim, and you'll find yourself surrounded by avant-garde art galleries, world-class restaurants that rival Michelin-starred spots in Paris, and tech hubs teeming with brilliant engineers, startup founders, and digital nomads. South America is home to some of the most dynamic economies in the Southern Hemisphere, boasting booming startup ecosystems, high-speed fiber internet, and architectural marvels that blend indigenous heritage with ultra-modern design. The luxury travel sector here is thriving, offering secluded eco-lodges nestled in the Patagonian wilderness, high-end wine estates in Mendoza with private helipads, and boutique hotels in Cartagena that blend colonial history with five-star modern amenities. To look at South America and only see poverty is a profound failure of imagination. It ignores the vibrant street markets bursting with fresh, high-end organic produce, the sophisticated fashion weeks in Buenos Aires, and the world-class universities where groundbreaking scientific research is conducted every single day. From astrophysics in Chile to biotechnology in Brazil. The wealth here isn't just financial, it's cultural, intellectual, and structural, shattering the outdated idea that the continent exists in a permanent state of economic despair. And this brings us directly to the third major lie, the way we view the people themselves. Too often, travel television and colonial-era literature reduce South Americans to two-dimensional tropes, either helpless victims of circumstance waiting for foreign saviors, or exoticized, mystic characters existing purely to enrich the traveler's spiritual journey. Both perspectives strip local people of their agency, their complexity, and their modern reality. The people of South America are not waiting to be discovered by you. They are business owners, software developers, political activists, artists, scientists, and everyday citizens navigating complex, modern lives. When you sit down at a crowded Perilla in Buenos Aires or a busy coffee shop in Bogota, you aren't engaging with a quaint relic of the past. You're talking to people who are intensely politically engaged, globally connected, and deeply aware of their place in the world. They speak multiple languages, consume international media, and possess a nuanced understanding of global geopolitics that often puts Western travelers to shame. The warmth and hospitality you encounter aren't fueled by subservience or tourism dependence. They are rooted in a deep, culturally ingrained sense of community and generosity. A stranger inviting you into their home for a Sunday asado isn't doing it for a tip or a social media review. They are sharing a fundamental piece of their lives because human connection is valued above digital isolation. This rich human tapestry is supported by a foundation that Western travelers rarely expect to find: modern, sophisticated infrastructure. This shatters our fourth myth, which suggests that traveling through South America means bouncing down unpaved dirt roads and broken down buses, dodging power outages, and struggling to find a clean restroom. Let's look at the reality of moving across this vast continent. Argentina boasts one of the most efficient and comfortable long-distance bus networks in the entire world, featuring seats that recline into full beds, onboard Wi-Fi, and hot meals served by professional attendants. Brazil's domestic aviation network connects major economic and cultural hubs with dozens of daily flights, operating on par with major European carriers in terms of punctuality and service. Santiago, Chile features a metro system that is widely recognized as one of the most advanced, clean, and efficient in the Americas, complete with automated driverless trains and integrated smart card ticketing that rivals Tokyo or London. Even in terms of remote work and connectivity, South America has quietly become a global powerhouse for digital nomads. Cities like Medellin, Buenos Aires, and Florianopolis offer lightning-fast fiber-optic internet, thriving co-working spaces equipped with every modern convenience, and robust banking systems. You don't have to sacrifice comfort or connectivity to experience the raw, unfiltered beauty of the continent. The highways are paved, the high-speed rail projects are expanding, and the digital infrastructure is built to support the demands of the 21st century. Yet despite these incredible advancements, the fifth and final lie persists: the idea that South America is either an untamed wasteland impossible to navigate independently, or a homogenized tourist trap where every experience is prepackaged and inauthentic. Travel agencies love to sell you the narrative that you need an expensive, heavily guarded tour group to see Machu Picchu, Iguazu Falls, or the Amazon rainforest safely. But the truth is, independent travel here has never been easier, safer, or more rewarding. You can book high-speed trains, rent modern electric cars, reserve luxury boutique eco-lodges, and map out complex multi-country itineraries entirely from your smartphone. The adventure doesn't have to be reckless to be authentic, and it doesn't have to be sanitized by a resort wristband to be comfortable. When you break free from the curated tour groups and venture out on your own terms, the continent opens up in ways the guidebook simply cannot capture. You stumble upon hidden artisan workshops in the Andean highlands, tucked away vineyards producing award-winning wines far from the commercial tourist trails, and coastal villages where the rhythm of life is dictated entirely by the tides and the catch of the day. South America isn't a single destination to check off a bucket list. It's a sprawling, living, breathing mosaic of contrasting cultures, modern innovations, and ancient traditions that constantly defies categorization. Every time you think you've figured it out, a new city, a new subculture, or an unexpected technological marvel upends your assumptions entirely. But as breathtaking and modern as these urban hubs and coastal paradises are, they only scratch the surface of a continent whose deepest secrets are hidden away in places most travelers never even dare to look, like a forgotten subterranean